every accidental kiss, every single...
Hello, this is Sarah, waterlily716, and today I'm going to show you guys how to do a very pretty updo. I do this updo with, you're going to need a lot of bobby pins and English pins. And I also used some little clear hair ties at one point. I used some edge control gel and I used some hairspray. I'll have all those listed in the down bar. And then for the sort of decoration, in this video I'm going to be using my extra large flexi clip in the Claire clip, which has these really pretty danglies. There are a lot of clips if you're looking for something for a formal occasion. In my Lila Rose store, there are a lot of different clips. There's a slightly different version of this one with pearls, I believe. And then there's just a whole bunch of styles that for anyone or for any look or to match your jewelry, whatever vibe you're going for. So I definitely recommend if you're looking for something to accessorize your hair, maybe check out my store. But I will also put the direct link to this Claire clip down below. But yeah, this is just like a fun, sort of complicated updo. It did take me a while to do this. I feel like it was like a good 30-40 minutes just because it has 2 English braids and then you kind of like do some noodly stuff in the back. But yeah, definitely practice this if you're gonna do this style before trying it out for a formal event. Like, give yourself a couple days or as much as you need to learn the construction techniques to practice. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Sorry if this intro was super long, and I'll go ahead and get started with the tutorial. So I am starting on some third day hair, and the first step is to section off some hair from the middle back of your head. So you're going to section off the hair that you are not going to be braiding. So just go a couple inches back and then do like a round curve back until about the back of your head and grab some hair. There I'm just sectioning off the front part, which is what I'm going to braid. And now I'm going to section off on the other side. This top hair that we're grabbing, we're going to later just make into like a little subtle poof that's going to go into the bun, which we're placing on the back of our head. But just go ahead and make sure you have a nice clean section, and it's kind of like a large rounded square on the top of the head. And then I'm just going to twist that up, and I'm going to take one of these Main Choice claw clips that are very nice for styling and clip it away. Next, we're going to split the hair that's left over, which is what we're using for braiding, into 2. Then before I style each section, I'm going to dampen it down with a little bit of water, and I'm going to twist that one up and away so we can just keep it out of the way while we're braiding. After I've dampened this section, I'm going to take some Kinky Curly Knot today, just some leave-in conditioner to put into my hair because I was feeling a little bit dry. This will keep my hair shiny in the style. Now we're going to start braiding. We're going to do an English braid, so get a small section and split it into 3. Then you want to start braiding normally. Then we are only going to add hair to the outer strands when we braid them in. So I just added some hair to the outer strand, then I braided the other strand without adding hair. Now I'm going to add more hair to the outer strand, braid it to the inside, braid the inside strand, and then again back to the outer strand. So if you do not know how to English braid, or if you usually French braid, your hands might go on autopilot and try to French braid. So just remind yourself, only add hair to the outer section when you're braiding. And this is going to give us a slightly different effect than the French braid. We're going to get, and you want to use like little tiny sections so you get like little divisions of hair running down the side of your head, and kind of try to braid up and back because we're going to bring this braid up and around into the bun. Next, I'm just going to tie that off for a little while with a little clear tie, and then I'm going to braid the other side of my head same way. Here I'm just pulling out the braid a little bit. Like I said, I'm going to do an English braid on the other side. And I'll put a link below to an English braid in case you didn't quite catch how to do that. And if the English braids are a little too confusing, you could totally do French braids or just a 3-strand braid and wrap it around, and you could get a similar effect. Once I have braided both of the sections, I'm going to swing them both up. That's why I braided so high. And then I'm going to twist both of them together into a little bun. This is going to be the base of our bun. I'm going to pin my ends with a regular bobby pin. And we want to make sure this is quite secure. So I'm going to go in with a couple English pins, and I'm going to grab hair from the back of my head and grab hair from the bun and wiggle them in. And I'm gonna pin it a few times so I feel it's really comfortable, because we're gonna be adding some decorative noodles or twirls, whatever you want to call them, on top of this. So I just want to make sure this is really secure. If we were going ahead and using the flexi at this stage and we weren't decorating on top of it, we could use the flexi for this part, but since we're not, I'm gonna use lots of English pins to make sure that it's gonna stay up through dancing and everything. Then, just to make sure my thick hair stays up, I'm going to take one Goody spin pin and spin it at the base up through the back of the bun, and this will make sure it's super secure. I just don't take any chances. Next, I'm going to take down the last section of hair that we're working with on top of our head, and I'm going to add a little bit more water and leave-in conditioner to it. And then I'm going to gather it up and start sectioning it off to create our decorative twirls in the back. So I'm going to grab like the back third or so and clip the rest up. Next, I'm going to split that back third of hair into two sections, and I'm going to start twirling them. I'm going to keep twirling and keep twirling until it starts to curl up on itself. This takes a little bit of time, but it creates a really pretty effect, and we can create some fun little noodly, almost curl-like structures. So I just get it where I want it when it's curled up in itself, and then I use a regular bobby pin and pin down the ends. I'm going to leave them a bit loose and rearrange all the noodles once I have all of them. So like you can see, I just keep twirling and twirling, almost like you're finger coiling, but go way past that point. Just twirl it around one finger until you see it start to kink up, and then when it's got some curl of its own, I take the ends and I place them. Beginning, I was just sort of hiding a little bit the other bun I had made, and then throughout this, I'm just going to try and place them semi-evenly but fairly random. This is kind of nice because it's not one of those things that you can really mess up. You're just creating some sort of chaotic twirls, and it creates a nice, fun, decorative look for the back of this hairstyle. So just keep creating these until you have finished all the hair except for the top third. If you like, you could put more noodles in the top third, but I am going to do something slightly different. I am just going to gather this up, and I'm going to start shaping it into a subtle voluminized poof, just combing it through and making the section nice and round. And then I'm going to take a little teasing brush, and I'm going to smooth the front as well as add just a little bit of back combing volume in there. You just run the brush against the natural direction of the hair growth, and you'll get a little bit of definite volume there. I then clipped that section with two crisscross bobby pins, which unfortunately my camera decided not to record for some reason, and then I lightly, gently twirled the rest of the hairs I had from that section and pinned them with a regular bobby pin. I have shorter layers, so that's as long as those hairs go, but if your hair is longer, you can of course turn it into a small noodle or something. And then I just goofed off the camera apparently and fixed some of those noodles so that they looked pretty in the back with the mirror. Next, I pulled out my braid a little bit more, and then I flipped it back so it was a bit flatter because I didn't like that it was sitting forward. If you are amazeballs at braiding, you may not need to do this, but I flipped mine back and just kind of pinned it. A lot of times, if you don't like how your braids came out a little bit and it's too late to go back, you can fix them with bobby pins. Then I'm just taking some of this hairspray from Herbal Essences and spritzing everything down so it's gonna stay all night for whatever event I was going to. And then I took my boar bristle brush and smoothed down the top section. This hairspray is great. I think I already mentioned it's alcohol free, so it doesn't really dry your hair out, but it's got a nice fine mist. Then I'm going to take some Curls passion fruit edge control stuff, really like this, and I'm going to spritz down my edges a little just to calm down the frizz, add some moisture with water, and then I'm going to go in with the sealing edge control product and my toothbrush. I love this product for laying down my baby hairs, and you can even seal it in with some more hairspray if you're going to a formal event and you want it to look good all day, you know? Then I'm going to take a little bit more of the edge control and comb some baby hairs in the back of my head. This just helps it look a little bit neater. It still looks curly and organic, but it's a little more polished. Then to decorate the style and give it some more stability, I'm going to take my Claire flexi clip. I'm going to take the stick and stick it straight through the bun and the noodles at the back, and then I'm going to take the stick and put it into the bendy flexi side on the left there. I'm going to make sure it's level, and that is it for this style. I hope you guys liked it. I think it is great for a summer wedding or formal event or what have you. It will keep all your hair off the back of your neck, and it's a nice, elegant, fun style for the summer. So that is the finished look. I hope you guys like it, and again, I will have the link on where you can check out this flexi clip and other clips, and as well we have U-pins and decorative bobby pins and headbands and like some other fun stuff too, if you're not interested in the flexis. But I will leave the link to my story down below, and I always appreciate y'all's support. Thank you so much for supporting me in that venture. But yeah, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!
Every